Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read The Storm Runner, which is by J.C. Cervantes, as well as Rick Riordan. He co-authored it with Miss Cervantes, and this is absolutely exceptional. It is nothing short of stellar, spectacular, and just teeth-grittingly incredible, for lack of better terminology. It has the story of a young man named Zanosipio who has one leg that doesn't grow as fast or normally when compared to his typical leg. So he walks around with a cane, and a lot of the kids at his school like to tease him and make fun of him, and some kids are just jerks, but he takes it all in stride. He takes it all with a grain of salt, and later on he figures out that he's part of a larger plan, and it's just absolutely spectacular. I've always been in love with Mayan mythology because Mayan mythology itself is so obscure, and there are very few documents or any kind of trace or pictograph depicting the Maya myth itself. We know about Quetzalcoatl, or Brooks calls him Kay. We meet her later. She's awesome. I love her. If something really tragic happens to her, it just breaks my heart. But being familiarized with Carlos Castaneda's work, it actually ties into that. Then the walls, that are the shapeshifters themselves, or the shaman type. As in, if you know anything about that kind of mythology, the shaman was always quite easy to enter into trance state and then transform into whatever creature he wanted. Normally his totem animal, but I just thought it was really fantastic. It's woefully short, and of course there's a glossary at the very end which gives a depiction of the gods and goddesses. They actually have a goddess to chocolate, which I thought, whoa, I like this mythology. It rocks. Well, let me read a little bit here about Miss Cervantes. She grew up in San Diego, near Tijuana, where she discovered her fascination for Maya and Aztec mythology. And I completely understand that, even though, I'm not, but I'm completely just mesmerized by it. Now she lives with her husband, Joseph, in New Mexico, and has many more volcanoes than most people think. She is a mother of 3 daughters, the youngest of whom inspired her critically acclaimed novel, Tortilla Sun. Oh, really? That's actually quite interesting. Her wish is that children everywhere see themselves reflected in the pages of the books and inspire them to see beyond their own lives, recognizing and celebrating others. Oh, that's admirable. She believes in magic. Same here. Always roots for the underdog also. Eats salsa with nearly every meal. For more information, go to Jennifer Cervantes. You can also follow her on Twitter. Of course, it talks about Rick Riordan, and Firekeeper is the next book in the series, and I recently bought it, and I'm going to read it and do a review of it as soon as I get it. Of course, the next Aru Shah book doesn't come out until 2020. As far as Dragon Pearl, I'm assuming he and his co-author will be writing more of those books in the near future, because if you remember my review, it left on quite the cliffhanger. You just can't leave us like that. That's totally inhumane. But this has a postscript and a postscript script, and I love the realm of the underworld with Maya myth is just so rich. And of course, I think that Riordan and Cervantes they used a lot of creative license, because like I said, there really aren't a lot of manuscripts found. It was oral tradition. And they left some things behind for us in the pyramids and whatnot. But beyond that, we don't really know too terribly much. And I would love to go to Teotihuacan, but maybe that's Inca myth. But I'm thinking the Temple of the Sun. Yeah, that's the one I want to see. Amongst others, because I just think it would be an absolutely sensational, unbelievable, breathtaking trip that I would never, ever, ever forget as long as I lived. Yeah, I don't really have that much to say about Storm Runner other than it was just absolutely phenomenal. It was astronomically written. J.C. Cervantes is so vivid and detailed in everything that she writes about Zane. And Zane is a character that you really feel for the guy. You do. You think, oh no, this guy is Murphy's Law incarnate. But actually, it turns out all the better for him. And then like I said, there's Brooks, and she's just unbelievable. She's one of those characters you think, wow. It's one of those characters that you wish you were like, but you know that if you tried, you would fail miserably. But then, as I said before, something really tragic happens to her character, and it humanizes her more, I think. You feel so bad. And I'm hoping that this is something that actually resolves itself in the book series. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in it, but if it's anything like Percy Jackson or Lost Heroes of Olympus, it's probably going to be continuing for quite some time because he's still writing books on Greece. He has the 4th Apollo book, which is coming out on the 24th of this month, and I pre-ordered it, so yeah, that I pre-ordered. Expect a review. I also pre-ordered Well, My Cat Ate My Eyeballs, which is written by Caitlin Doughty. And I've never read one of her books, but I always wanted to read one of her books just because I love her. She's such an inspiration. And she has helped me find peace with death finally. I mean, yeah. Granted, who isn't? I mean, who isn't going to be afraid of their own death? If you say no, then you're sorely mistaken because I'm sorry, you are going to be afraid of your own demise, imminent as it may be. But I found more peace with it thanks to her YouTube videos, and her YouTube videos are fascinating. I cannot help myself. I am so curious about it. And I mean, I have been ever since I was young, but I'm intimately familiar with death, although I never really thought of going into that line of work. I'm not the type. I'm more of a happy, cheerful. Well, I'm sure that there are morticians that are, but I'm just saying you don't really connotate happy and cheerful with mortician. Caitlin actually breaks that stereotype. Not much else to say about Storm Runner itself. I don't really have anything to well, yeah, I do. I'm going to be going to Israel next year. I have to start preparing for that. I will document everything, or at least try to document what I see, put it online so you can enjoy it and share it with me, because I feel like it will be the trip of a lifetime. I've waited so long for this trip. It's finally coming to pass, thank God. But it's more personal to me, I think. I don't know if anybody else to the trip is Ashkenazic. It'd be interesting if they were. But yeah, it's extremely personal for me. I really don't have that much else to say other than I hope everybody's doing well. I hope that September is finding you healthy and wealthy and wise. And excuse me, until we meet again, live on, prosper.